Hi there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's that time of the day again whereby we sip some tea, sit on the couch and just enjoy a good chat. Today I'm going to be talking about a trip I did recently whereby I traveled to Broome with my husband. It was quite lovely. A lot of you, when you watched that video, I know I didn't talk much because there was a part 2 coming. So this is a part 2 whereby I give you a good breakdown of how much it costs, everything dollar bill, telling you whether it's worth it going to Broome or not. So the first thing was the flights. We booked our flights using booking.com and we used Qantas from Perth to Broome, and then coming back we used Air North from Broome to Perth. So of course we used Air North just to save on cost. So for both of us it cost us $1,160 for a return flight to Broome. So we're looking at, if you're going there by yourself or everyone is paying for their own bill, then it will only be $800 for the flights. The other thing is of course accommodation. We opted to stay at the Billi resort, which I really loved. It's a very eco-friendly way of living because they have these huge tent looking houses. They're tent looking, but basically they look pretty much like a hotel. There's a very comfortable bed, there's a kitchenette, there's a bathroom with a beautiful tub, so you're able to soak in at night and relax. So I really loved it because I could make my own meals because there's a grill. So mostly in the morning I made my own coffee from the hotel, had some breakfast. In the evening we did a barbie with my husband, so that was really nice. I really loved it. And at the Billi resort we only paid $250 per night. So having stayed there for 5 nights, that was $1,250. Again, another thing about the Billi resort, I loved it because it's very close to Cable Beach. Cable Beach is very popular, so we could go there in the evening to just watch the sunset, even in the morning for walks or for a jog, or even at the Cable Beach there's also another bar, so we could go there for drinks after the activities at the beach. So I would highly recommend Billi Resort. It's not very costly and it's quite beautiful, and the swimming pool is also to die for, so we spent a lot of time in the pool. The other thing is of course transportation. Of course you want to be able to move from one place to another. So when we left Perth, ideally we wanted to go to Broome and hire a car. However, when we arrived there, we tried to find a car in all the car hires and we could not. So the people there told us, if you need a car when you're in Broome, you need to book it at least 1 month in advance. That's how popular Broome is of a destination at the moment. Remember, the borders are closed, everybody is looking for an escape, so it was really hard to find a car. So we opted to use a scooter. We're able to hire a scooter just for $45 per day. So for 4 days, that set us back $180. In hindsight, I would still book a scooter. It was so much fun. It felt like I was in Bali, just going around the place using a scooter. Of course, my husband was the one driving or riding the scooter, and I was seated behind, hugging tight, being blown by the wind. It was amazing. So where we were staying, the Billi resort is very close to Coles and Woolies, so whenever we needed groceries, we hopped on the scooter and just got there. We also went to the beach using the scooter. We even went for a night out using the scooter. Of course, we drank responsibly and we were able to get back home safe and sound. So why not hire a scooter if you don't want to hire a car, which of course hiring a car is way much more expensive because you're looking at about $150 to $200 per day, whereas a scooter, it's only $45 a day. Now to the activities. I know that's what most people want to know about. If you're going to Broome, you certainly want to go for a camel ride, either in the morning for the sunrise or in the evening for the sunset. So for the camel ride, which was so beautiful, the sunset was amazing, and with this we used a company called Sunrise Tours. They were absolutely amazing. They only charge $110 per person. So when you arrive at the beach, before you get to the camel, they give you a glass of champagne, which sets you into the mood to just enjoy the ride. So the camel ride is for 2 hours. You get to get photos taken of you, photos of the camels. You get to learn about them. It was quite a nice evening to be on the camel ride for 2 hours and watch the sunset. The other activity that we did is that we went to the Sunrise Pearl cruise. This is a 4-hour cruise whereby you get to drink and just be on the boat and have a good time. Really good music. It was really, really beautiful, and again, you get to see the sunrise or sunset depending on what time we went. So for us, we went with the one for 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. It was really amazing. Normally with this particular cruise, they throw the nets out and you're able to go for a little swim, but at the time that we went, it wasn't a good time. They said for some reason they couldn't put the net out. So that's one thing, that if you really want to get to go for a swim, you can confirm with them whether they're going to be throwing the net out. But despite everything, it was also still amazing. There wasn't much food in regards to food during that particular cruise, so it's mostly finger food. So if you're a foodie like me, I would recommend that you have a decent meal before you go for the cruise. There are loads and loads of drinks, not very expensive. A glass of champagne was going for about $7, a beer for about $10, so you're able to still have a really, really good time. So 4-hour cruise, as I said, and I'll leave the name, it's a Sunset Pearl Lager Cruise. The other activity that we got to do, and of course if you're going to Bali, you know it's very popular for the pearls, we also went to the Willie Creek Pearl Farm Tour. So with this particular tour, it's very educational. They teach you about how the pearls are farmed. You get to go to the shop and buy the pearls that have been farmed here in Australia. You watch a documentary about how they do it, and you also go to the boat to see how they are harvested, how they are put back to the ocean to actually mature. It was such a beautiful experience and very educational. And on top of that, there's also lunch. So with this particular Willie Creek Pearl Tour, it's about $155 per person, which includes lunch and of course a tea break as well. So the lunch, you can either choose 2 options: to eat from the land or from the sea. Of course, I would highly recommend to eat from the sea. The seafood was just mouth-watering, was really, really good. Such a pleasant experience. I really loved the Willie Creek Pearl Farm Tour. The other thing we did, of course, was go to the brewery. We went to a brewery called Maltso's Brewery. I would highly recommend it as well. Of course, they brew their own beer, and you get to taste all different flavors of beer. Lemon beer, there were so many other flavors. Of course, I don't remember the names, but they were absolutely, I'm not a beer girl, by the way, and I loved their beer, so it was quite nice. And I also loved the food, not expensive. I found most things compared to Perth and Broome, they were pretty much relatively the same amount. So a meal at a restaurant will set you back between $25 to $30, and that's a quite decent and filling meal. Drinks about $10, so pretty much the same as Perth. Yeah. The other place that we of course went on a daily basis is the Cable Beach. I know a lot of people choose to stay also there at the Cable Beach Hotel. We didn't live there, but the Billi resort is like 5 minutes really to the Cable Beach. So we went there daily on morning walks, evening, watched the sunset. It was absolutely amazing and worth it. So that's it. With all the activities that we did, the accommodation, transportation, we spent about $3,500, so about maybe $1,500 and something per person. And the food, of course, depending on how much you eat and drink, about $500. So in total, I would say budget for $2,000 per person. If you're 2, that makes it $4,000 to go to Broome. So the question is it worth it? I absolutely loved Broome. I absolutely loved it. But I always joke with my friends and say, if I was to go to Bali for that same amount, I would probably be staying at a 5-star hotel, getting body massages every day. But hey, the borders are closed. We have to go for the next best option, which was absolutely Broome. Would I go there again? I think once you go one time to Broome, you've probably seen enough. I'm not planning. Maybe when I have kids later on in life and they want to go see Broome, then maybe, but it's not somewhere that I will be visiting again, unfortunately. It's a very small town. I think one time is enough, at least for me. Okay, so as always, thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to tell me on the comments whether you would go to Broome or not, or if you've been to Broome, tell me what you did and I probably should have tried or not. And in that case, I really appreciate your time guys, and I hope to see you guys on my next one. Bye for now and have a lovely week ahead.